IBB, it is IBB Gary
and IBB James,
and we are here with the legendary marathoner, the hashtag CP Vigilante, Zachary Fenell. Say what's up, Zach.
Far too kind.
Far
too kind.
Oh, thank you.
What's up, everybody? It's a pleasure to be back with you for one more video.
Oh, yes. So, James, please tell Team IBB and all the CP Vigilantes out there an issued challenge. Is that right? We have a goal?
we have a goal, and we have a goal. We just have something we're going to do together, and that is Team IBB, Team CP Vigilante, Towpath Marathon 2018 Relay. So what's going to happen is, Zach, your goal is to, now what you're going to do is,
What I'm going to do is that I have a goal. I have direction.
Forward. That's my direction.
This marathon, James and I just did. We finished in just under half a day. Oh, that's right, 11 hours, 40 minutes, and 31 seconds of straight walking in a day. My goal, and what I'm going to do in 2018 is I'm going to take that, and I'm going to do the marathon in under 10 hours.
so 9 hours, 59 minutes, 59,999,999 seconds.
Wow. Okay.
Technically.
So you heard it here first, because this is recorded and it's on the internet forever. So, so Towpath Marathon 2018,
so you need
Team
to go.
IBB, Team CB Vigilantes are finishing the marathon in less than 10 hours.
That's right. So what you need to do is you need to go Google it, Towpath Marathon 2018. You need to
TowpathTrilogy.com.
TowpathTrilogy.com.
Yeah, don't even worry about Googling it. If you know how to spell trilogy, you just Towpath, as in TOWPATH, trilogy.com. It will take you to all the information you need.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And so when you register, copy, paste, screenshot, whatever, send it to us, because we're going to start building the relay teams. But here's the deal. You're not allowed to say you're going to be a part of the relay team. You need to fully commit, register, and send us a legitimate receipt of you have already paid and you're ready to rock. So, and that's how you are going to ensure that you're part of this CP Vigilante Take Over the World experience. And yeah, 9 hours, 59 minutes. 59
CP Vigilante
That's
Takeover XP. I love it. I love it.
Yep.
And, contact James about being a part of this. I'm just focused on doing another marathon.
Yep.
Don't email Zach. He's busy training. So.
James, is there what email should people contact you?
Send it to support@teamibb.com. So support, SUPPORT.
I can put it right there too. So.
Oh, neato.
Alright,
cool.
Internet, Google machine.
Very good.
Alright, so let's get started. The first couple of videos we talked about the journey, about how these gentlemen went from 5K to all the way. Love it.
Alright.
From 5K to all the way, and then we had some takeaways. Look at this.
Oh my goodness.
It's crazy. But right now,
Totally redeem yourself.
I'm going to tag out because we have a very special gentleman and a very special guest that's going to take my spot, and we're going to talk about some advice for all of you who are going to sign up at support@teamibb.com for Towpath Marathon 2018 with both of our relay teams doing this awesome stuff. So here's the man, the myth, the legend. Here we go.
It's happening.
It's happening. Adam.
Again?
You may remember him for an IBB 14 video I did on my YouTube channel where I was not IBB James and he was not IBB Gary. And so that's his IBB handle is at not IBB Gary. That's his.
Yeah.
And this gentleman, he's in this video for a reason. Because James and I were going down the towpath. We've been walking all day. It's what, 3 o'clock? Maybe, yeah, it's about 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
We're in the final stretch, but our bodies are hurting. Our hurt is hurting.
My hurt hurts.
My toes hurt. My hurt. And then I look over the CP Vigilante.
You gotta check out the Facebook Live video
about
for that.
yeah, we're about 4 miles left to go. This gentleman, my dear friend Addo, and another one of my great friends, Kevin Rawley, who is now IBB North Carolina. I forgot to tell him that well at lunch today, but he is. But they showed up to see me finish. Showed up to see us finish.
No one was there for me. That's the. But no, but
We came for both of you.
it was cool because like it was. I mean, it was getting really, really tough. It was really, really.
Yeah. So
Because
here's
it was like we were
yeah.
close enough to where we were excited, but we weren't close enough to where it was just like it was in the bag kind of thing. But these two started walking up and they said,
Okay, so resend the scene really fast. I told people I'm finishing around 2 o'clock, between 1:30 and 2. Get there at that time. Like I said in the previous video, I finished at 5:10. So that's 3-hour difference. Didn't kind of goofed up on the time there. And so these guys, Kevin and Adam, instead of like going home and be like, you know what, screw Zach for making us wait.
You could never do that.
Instead of just, seeing at the finish line board, they're like, you know what, I'm gonna go find them. They found out how far behind we were, like, we're gonna go find them. They walk 4 miles in, they find us. We're 4 miles out, they join us, the cavalry, Addo, Kevin, James, and me. We're heading back. So I got 2 friends here who just did 8 miles for me today.
"That's right, yeah."
And then I had a friend here who did a freaking marathon for me.
But I knew I was gonna do it.
Yeah.
You guys were like, "I'm just gonna hang out. I'm just gonna do nothing."
Yeah.
You
So-
did 8 miles.
So these guys show up, and
It's exercise.
they were, and gets the whole point of this video is to give you some practical advice. So, because one of the things I've been getting at work, especially all week, I'm a part-time page at the Beechwood Public Library. Is people would say, and I've been getting this online too. Is people like, "Wow, you inspired me. I could never do that." And truth be told, that's not really inspiring you. If you're saying I can never do that, that is
I
putting,
just inspired you to do nothing.
yeah,
That's-
that is putting, you are mixing inspiring with awe. I put you in awe because of what I did. But the truth is, you know what? You can do it too. You can do
Yeah.
it too. This is what it comes down to. It comes down to hard work. It comes down to having a support system, which is the whole point of having Addo here right now. Giving him his dues, and Kevin's got a 9-to-5 job, and so he can't be here right now. But he's here in spirit.
He's in spirit.
His spirit's here.
We didn't have a support system.
Yeah. So you really need to have a support system. And let me ask you, Addo, instead of just having you sit here, and you kind of hinted at it. It's like we weren't just going to leave or anything. What made you and Kevin decide? You know what? We're going to come out and we're going to find Zach and join them to the finish. What made you do that? How many friends would you walk 8 miles for?
I would do that for any of my friends.
Oh.
Honestly.
So I'm not special.
But granted, saying that, there are some friends I wouldn't do it for, but that's a whole different story.
Was it just kind of in the moment that you and Kevin were just like, let's go find him?
Yeah.
You
Honestly,
kinda
it was
just,
kind of...
It wasn't planned, it was just kind of...
Was not planned whatsoever.
Okay.
We were just kind of sitting there like, hey, I wonder where Zach is, and...
Hashtag, where is
We're like,
Zach?
you know
Where is
what?
Zach? Where is Zach?
You know what?
Hashtag, where is Zach 2018?
Let's just go find him.
That's awesome. That's
We'll
awesome.
stand by him for the last of it.
Oh my gosh, that was such a surge of like energy.
I told Addo and Kevin
joy.
earlier they
It was
made the
awesome.
last 4 miles a lot more fun than they would have been.
Yeah.
Like I was so focused. Like James is like, we had shout out to IBB Windy. He's the one who also suggested we do these videos. He's like, you have to have Zach on. He was the one who gave me my second win around mile marker 14. Yeah, around mile marker 14. I'm like, I was so tired. And I was like, I don't know. And then he met up with us, and his enthusiasm, brought us forward. And this all goes back to support group. when I asked him for advice, like he was very real in what I was doing. He's like, well, the miles you're posting online, you're not doing enough. You need to do more. So he's a serious marathoner. And when he came and found us, he read the
cool.
Cleveland.com article to us, and he was just filled with so much enthusiasm for what I was doing. Like at that point, I knew, I'm like, that was my decision of, I'm finishing this thing. There's no way I can't. Like, I have to do this. And he was that second Windy. And so when Kevin roll up, Tim,
Who's Tim?
Yeah. Well, at that point, you're like so sick of hanging out with James all day. You're like, thank God somebody else came.
Where's Tim?
Who is Tim? Actually, who is Tim? Where is Zach and who is Tim? But no, too, like at that stage of it too, like it was very we kept catching ourselves like just.
Oh my God!
Well, Impractical Joker show.
That's what we did. Like, and that again, you know what? The first thing I did to train for this marathon is I talked to Sean, IBB Windy, got his advice. I talked to another marathoner, Tim Wambach, of Handicap This, who has a stage show with Mike Berkson, who has a much more severe cerebral palsy than me, and good friends of mine, both of them. And Tim's like, whatever you do, remember to smile and laugh. And we were talking in the car on the way to the Towpath, and Impractical Jokers came up, and so kept doing anytime it would get tough, we did our Sal Cano impression. Oh my God! Oh my God! 4 miles left! Kevin and Adel are here!
Oh my gosh! So I think that would be our final piece of advice: is you need a comic relief.
Yeah.
Over that 26.2 mile, because that was, and two was like what, around mile 3 when you fell.
Yeah,
I felt so awful, and I felt like, and I completely messed things. I went to help and I shouldn't have, and then I didn't wait for you to tell me. But like he stood up, and me and him just like looked at each other, and we were joking about that in Practical Jokers. And so like the only thing that was said after he fell the first time was, "Oh my God!" Like just like, and just like we just both laughed and just started walking again. So like just again I felt like we must have said it 100 times, just getting through the day. So man, I guess so to kind of like bring it on home is definitely that support system.
Oh yeah.
The getting advice from the experts, people that have been there before. Yeah. And then having some type of comic relief to just, because is that something that like you would say is, it gets you through a marathon, but I say life. Life itself is a marathon. I think like those 3 things are so important just to get through life.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Like you have to be serious, but you have to have a sense of humor along the way, because otherwise you're going to get nowhere. You're going to take yourself too serious and stress yourself out versus just having a laugh. And that's, sense of humor is huge. Having that support system like we talked about is huge. Talking to those experts, and then most important, I got the advice from Tim. I got the advice from Sean. I got the advice from John W. Quinn, who had also done a marathon with CP. But I got advice from fellow Team IBB teammate Michael Manazzi.
Yeah.
He's done marathon distances as a race walker, so he knew a thing or two. And it's like, not only take that advice, listen to it, and then apply it. Because you can talk to people and get the expert's advice, but unless you apply it, nothing's going to happen. Yeah. Like, sometimes that, the last thing I'm going to say is, you need to be the judge of what advice will work for you and what advice won't work for you. One of the things that I was suggested was to get customized running shoes. I instead just got a pair of general athletic shoes, and I started training in those. Fell twice, busted up my knee, had to take a week off, return those shoes, And you know, and people are saying get custom. I'm like, I don't have time to get used to custom made shoes. So I just had to deal with some other. I'd say the advice John gave me about having socks that are like dry fit socks that worked for me. It helped reduce the number of blisters I had. You know, training wise, it was, you know, I was told if you can do 20, you can do 26.2. Because of how long it takes me to train, I never really got in that 20. I think the most I did was between 16 and 18. But what I was doing was I was doing 9-10 miles 3 times a week, and I knew that if I can do 10 miles 3 times a week, that I can put that together one day and do a marathon. And I did that, and so it's getting that advice from experts, and then knowing you and knowing what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Because, and at the same time, you have to remember why you're asking these experts. When Sean was like, IBB Windy was like, you're not doing enough. And I could have gotten defensive and been like, what do you know? I'm CP. Don't tell me I'm not doing enough. Like, I'm going 6-7 miles.
Excuses.
Yeah,
You don't know what it's like.
I'm doing 6-7. And so I said, you know what, Zach, you asked him for a reason. He's done a marathon before you haven't. Listen to him. And so I increased up my miles. And so it's just, that awareness of knowing what's good for you, but also, just, you know, again, you know, knowing what's good for you, but also knowing when to listen to people. Yeah, you're asking them for something for advice in the first place for a reason.
Remind yourself that you were the one that asked.
Yeah.
Like, it's not their fault that they gave you advice you didn't like. So,
Yeah.
but no, that's awesome. So we will see you in 2018. Register at Towpath Marathon Trilogy, right? Towpath
Trilogy.
Towpathtrilogy.com. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we will see you there. Get pumped up.
Yeah.
Get your support system. Ask advice to others. Now you can call Zach, and then get ready for some comic relief. And as always, don't blend in.
Blend out.